The city of Louisville has been shaken up by a brutal double homicide. The case began when two young people were found dead in a car in an alley. Now, the bodies of the gunshot victims, Ashley Yennes and Anthony Housey, are being evaluated by medical examiner Tracy Corey. She is looking for any evidence that can help investigators crack the case. Dr. Corey is at a crucial stage in Ashley's autopsy. She's searching for the bullets that killed the 18-year-old girl.
We already knew it was going front to back, so it's going in here. It's passing through. I think it's impacting the inner table of the skull here, and then it just doesn't have enough energy, so I think we're going to get the bullet. Right, we're going to get the bullet right from right under there.
And after several minutes of probing, there is an unmistakable sound. Metal on metal.
There's that one.
One down.
One down.
Continuing her search, Dr. Corey finds the second bullet.
There it is.
This line is free.
And extracts it.
Inside the scalp. Numero dos.
She's pleased that the condition of this bullet, like the one already recovered, could help the police track down the murder weapon.
It's relatively well preserved, and it's got good markings on the outside of it.
Even though it's her job to help the investigation now, Dr. Corey, unlike her fictional counterparts on CSI, will not take sides in any future trial.
We're there to solve the puzzle. We're there to figure out what happened. We're not there to figure out who did it or whether or not a person's guilty or innocent. I testify when subpoenaed by either side, and I testify basically as to what the victim told me.
At the end of the autopsy, Dr. Corey closes her eyes in deep concentration and then dictates her findings in rapid-fire pathology speak.
Standard head reflection of the scalp reveals soft tissue hemorrhage in association with the two gunshot wounds involving the
At one point, Dr. Corey stops and walks across the room and gazes intently at an anatomy chart on the wall to refresh her memory.
Good forensic pathology labs have a lot of charts around because we can't keep it all in our brains. You know, it seemed to me that as I went through medical school, I got to a point that whenever I put a new fact in, something fell out the other side. So a good forensic pathologist doesn't know it all. They know where to find it all.
On Dr. Corey's way back to the autopsy table, something unusual catches her eye. Could it be an important clue to the crime?
I've never seen a shirt like that.
With eye-popping blood and body parts everywhere, this forensic pathologist, this trained observer, is stopped in her tracks by, of all things, Anthony's shirt. Quickly, though, she's back to the job at hand.
Opinion, death in this 18-year-old woman is attributed to penetrating gunshot wounds of the head. The code for that is?
We know it as murder, but in the autopsy room, the manner of death gets a code name.
The code for that is E965.4A9G. End of dictation on 0799. Thank you.
We are there to serve the public. People a lot of times say, oh, you just work with dead people. Well, there's nothing that could be farther from the truth.
And in the pursuit of the truth, the medical examiner's part of this double homicide investigation is only half done. It will continue with the autopsy of Ashley's boyfriend.
Have we seen his wound yet?
No.
Right.
He's got a hole in his cap.
Where's it? Oh. This is Tracy dictating 07100, 07100, body identified as Anthony House.
Anthony Housey is the 20-year-old who was discovered dead in the driver's seat the day before.
The body is received with the hands in paper bags. The paper bags are removed from the hands.
Remember, police bagged his hands to preserve any evidence. They're looking for DNA and possible gunshot residue under his fingernails.
Good.
Gunshot residue might tell them if Anthony himself recently fired a gun. DNA might indicate a struggle and help lead police to a suspect.
Back to exterior, jaw displays rigor mortis. Did you get pictures of the little scratches on his face? He's got a couple little scratches on the side of his face. I don't know how long those might have been there. They're oriented going down, and I mean, they would be consistent with somebody's fingernails. Can I say that that's what they're due to? No, but they're certainly consistent with that.
That's a definite maybe. But Dr. Corey can say with certainty that Anthony has a single gunshot to the back of his head, confirming what the police suspected.
Scalp demonstrates a 1/4 inch, roughly circular gunshot wound of entrance on the right side, which would again be consistent with the shooter being in the back seat, kind of in the middle. Is that where it looks like on the...
But finding that bullet embedded in his head is proving harder than anticipated. It's such an important element of the police case, however, that she must keep looking.
Still not there, huh? I don't find it.
It's gotta be there.
Finally, she finds it.
There it is. This bullet is relatively pristine, especially where the lands and grooves are.
Which means the bullet might turn out to be a big help to investigators.
If the investigator then recovers a gun, the investigator can take that gun and that bullet and see whether or not those two bullets match.
On the cause of death statement, put single gunshot wound of the head. Under the manner of death, in this case, check the box for homicide.
Dr. Corey has accomplished what she'd set out to do, perform autopsies that uncovered evidence that could aid the investigation. Autopsies that were dignified and efficient, allowing Ashley's and Anthony's bodies to be returned quickly to their families. Coming up, in the days to come, Ashley's mother, Angela, will do whatever she can to aid the investigation.
From what I hear, Ashley was running because